So here I go again. Numbers, numbers, numbers. Boring as hell to almost every gambler on planet Earth. But as far as I'm concerned, and as far as I believe intelligence people are concerned, essential to an understanding of how best to go about tackling casino table games. If you're stupid enough and rich enough to take them on, and to challenge the whole concept of negative expectation. I've said my piece, I hope, well enough in the words, the text on the left-hand side. But I do want to emphasize the fact that there has been no fakery in these 50, and it will turn out in a moment, as you will see, to be 50 blackjack sessions. I haven't posted all of them online simply because basically they all tell the same story. The ones that count the most are the ones where I get into the most difficulty, where I have the hardest time rescuing the bankroll, ransoming the bankroll, as I like to call it, because little bits of it are taken away and then they have to be given back with interest. That's the objective of pattern betting. It's all about the whole principle of winning more when we win than we lose when we lose. And it's laughed at by the mathematicians. It's laughed at by people who run casinos, by dealers, by pit bosses, by anybody you care to talk to, especially losers, because losers are the kind of people who are least inclined to take a responsible, long-term approach to the business of gambling. And you only have to watch the professional losers on YouTube, the Vegas Mats, the Mr. Handpays, the Cody, Crazy Cody Burn Money, the Dana Whites, the Steve Will Do It's, and on and on and on. Bretsky, Brandon O'Brien, the ones that I watch the most, even Matt, Casino King, who is becoming more and more like the rest of his peers or his competitors in the world of content creation on YouTube in the gambling section or segment or field or whatever the hell it's called on YouTube. You know, they all bet randomly, recklessly, stupidly, foolishly, self-destructively. But they really don't have any choice, because if they were to start winning consistently, they'd be out the door. The cameras would be turned off, the access would be denied, and the cameras have improved a lot over the years, but concealed cameras don't do a very nice job of creating crisp, clean, audible videos. So they're stuck. You know, they have to play badly or not play at all. What I'm trying to do is to reach the tiny, tiny, minute percentage of people who are interested in taking on the challenge of beating negative expectation, but not stupid enough to bet the way the professional losers on YouTube do. So I've said my bit over there on the left-hand side. I've waffled on a bit more. None of these things is fixed. None of them is crooked. Every single one of these wins is backed by a video, and that's why each one of these things has a timestamp beside it. Each line, each file is clearly displayed, and you can see here what the total time was. This was 5.5 hours of play, which you can double basically. By the time you've walked between games and you've taken a piss and you've had a nap and all that sort of stuff, and meal breaks and all the rest of it. In fact, probably even multiply it by much more than 2. But that's up to you. But it's as I said at the beginning, it's take it or leave it territory once again. It's believe it or not territory once again. You know, if you don't like it, if you think I'm a crook, you think I'm a lunatic, then there's nothing I can do about that. But I'm telling you, if you bet the way that the pros on YouTube do, you will get eliminated. You'll get wiped out. You'll be wrecked, ruined, destroyed, sunk. Bet like this? Well, hey, you might still lose. Not likely, though. Depends how much money you have behind you. Because that's the whole message here, is, money alone will not make you a winner. Dana White knows that. Crazy Cody knows that. Steve Will Do It knows that. Those people are not winners. They may make money one way or another, but they certainly don't make it from the way that they bet at the tables. That's just a fact. And so here we go, 1 to 50. I'm still doing sessions. I'm in the habit now. So I'm on about number 54, I think. Still no monster loss. And I just had a really bad experience with um, Baccarat. I went back to Baccarat for the first time in a couple of weeks with Baccarat Win Pro. And it was a horror story. It was dreadful. And so I took it over to blackjack, and I needed the maximum of 100,000 a bet, and it saved me. I ended up with 450,000. In fact, I'll go and get that screenshot because it works quite well in this context, I think. Okay, yeah. So this is the screenshot, and let's be absolutely clear about something here, and that is that the Wizard Sim will only give you a bankroll of 100,000, and so every time you see an amount under the chip pile there, which is in excess of 100,000, that indicates a win. Okay, now it is possible if I were a crook, if I were sort of, I don't know, playing some kind of weird con game, which does not bring me in any money, will make a total fool of me if I'm found out cheating, whatever, faking. I just don't get it. I mean, there are people out there who just assume that everybody is a liar and a cheat, and that's because the people who are making the accusations are all liars and cheats. A wizard only gives you 100,000, so if you manage to get to 450,000, then either you're a crook, you've just sort of waited until you win a bunch of 100,000s in a row, or whatever. You can draw your own conclusions. But again, everything's on video, for Christ's sake. This session is on video. And this is what really frustrates me. And yeah, I do get worked up sometimes, simply because the assumption that people make is that if you say you can beat casino table games on a regular basis, you must be lying because the casinos say so. That's how it is. The conventional wisdom is something which was created, fostered, nurtured, and still sponsored by casinos. It suits them for everyone to believe that the only way that you can win money at a casino game is to get lucky and win more bets than you lose. That ain't gonna happen. It'll happen. Brief instances, you can watch Vegas Matt winning a shitload of money suddenly, but what you will mostly see is a slow erosion, and he keeps a number under his. Each day, you can click more on the description, and there will be an estimate of what the loss to date is so far. And here we are on July 15th, and it's well over 200,000 as far as I can remember. So that's running at close to 400,000 a year, whatever the hell that is per month. It's over 30,000 a month, isn't it? So you're looking at crazy nonsense, and I'm not a believer in losing. I don't think losing is fun. Vegas Matt is like a drunk making videos every day in a distillery, sipping every single sample that's available, tottering about, getting absolutely smashed, wrecked, shit-faced, whatever, and saying to his loving, loyal, bootlicking audience, "Hey, don't do what I'm doing because it's irresponsible and stupid." Hick. It's all crazy shit. But anyway, back up to the top. And there we are. And like I said, take it or leave it, believe it or not, up to you.
You have to have a certain mindset, because there's days that you go out and Caesar's Palace. I clip these guys for $1,000,000 a night from like January, the first week of January, all the way into March. And I beat these guys for like 26, $27 million. But then you have the nights where you get murdered. Yeah. So you have to take I take a year, and I look at the year as a war, and there's many battles that are fought in the war. You go up, you go down, and it's what I love to do. So